So I recently picked up this Innovatools brake, and I'd heard a lot of good about them, and I was needing an upgrade. So yeah, I figured I would, once I used it, I would post something about it. So far I've really liked it. One of the things that really sold me on this was it's such a modular brake. When it comes, it's in, I think the longest box is like 42 inches. You can see it all just goes together. Incredibly well machined, and everything just fits together. There's brackets that everything bolts together, and when you're done you have a brake. This is a 10'6", and I think you can get about as big as you want. This one is the heavy duty grade. I've always had just a contract grade, which would be just has less clamping arms. So anyhow, one of the features that really sold me on this, and I got to use it today, which was pretty cool, by simply taking these pins out, I can adjust the depth from here to my anvil. It can go from 1/2 inch to 3/4, and today I was bending these 1/4 inch bends with a 3/16 hem, and I wanted to make sure that I was clamping, directly down to the lower anvil. And as you can see, I moved this back to 3/4, and so when I stuck the little 3/16 in there, it was clamping the full 3/16 before I was even, anyhow, it would pull the piece of the aluminum right out, and then you get an uneven bend or something. But with me able to slide this back, I got a full 3/16 clamped, and didn't slip out at all, which was so nice. But yeah, so far I've really been happy. One of the other features I think is so cool is really adjusting these little brackets, removing the pin, set screw on each side. You can switch it so that way it goes to a push to clamp and a pull to open. So super cool. Went to bend it. So anyhow, if I remove the pins, you can just pull the handle front, it opens up here, and then you can simply slide this anvil in or out. So it goes either back or front, wherever you want it, and then you just simply line it up. There's 3 marks here, 1/2 inch, 5/8, and 3/4, and then there's also tick marks down here. And at first I was kind of confused with it, but it actually, one of these marks will line up with the upper ones, which is kind of cool. So anyhow, you can just push it to where you want it. I don't know if I can do this one-handed or not, but I'm looking for 5/8, which is there. So, and then simply what I do is, once it's in place, clamp it down and take a pin and just put a pin right back in, and you're good to go. You just go the whole way down through. So that easy to adjust the mouth from 1/2 inch to 3/4. Yeah, it's for anybody. You don't have to buy a certain brake. When it comes, there's simply an option to switch. All that to say, I'm super happy with it so far. It's incredibly well made, and everything, when I put it together, everything lined up. There was no nothing was out of line. Everything went together the way it was supposed to. And so yeah, it is definitely heavier than my contractor grade. Definitely makes me sweat a little bit carrying it around, but I sure am liking it. I do want to get the stand for it eventually, and the cutter wheel that slides along here. Yeah, that'll be maybe a later purchase. It is pretty expensive, and so I figured I'd start with the brake and some measuring tools.